Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Today, I'm going to do one of my favorite things, and that is answer a question that was sent in. And that's one of my favorite podcasts to do, is when you guys send in questions to me to answer, so I know exactly what you need help with. And I get questions, you can send them to me at lindsay@mycreativedays.com. You can message me on Instagram, Facebook, anywhere that I am. You can message me and ask me questions or topics that you would like me to cover on the podcast. But today I'm going to answer the question that was sent in is, how often do you visit the same thrift store? So I'm always sharing my thrifting adventures and my thrifting hauls on social media, TikTok, Instagram. I have an Instagram shop now where I sell some of the items I'm finding. And so I get a lot of thrifting questions. And a lot of the things that I share, even on my website at mycreativedays.com, I share a lot of thrifting things, repurposed projects, DIY projects, how to decorate with thrifted items, all those kinds of things. And so this question actually comes up a lot. And so I thought I'd take the time to answer it today in the podcast, because so a lot of people will reach out to me and say, you find the best stuff at your thrift stores, and we don't have thrift stores like that. And I think I've mentioned this here before, but you guys, wouldn't it be so fun to have a show where you thrift across America? I think I said across America, and just to see what you can find in different parts of the US at different thrift stores. I think it would be so much fun. But anyway, so obviously, thrift stores are different. And even when we are traveling or, out of town, we will stop at thrift stores and check them out. And there's certain areas that we go to that we definitely are excited to go see them. And then other areas that we haven't had as good of luck. But, we're not there that long. We're on a little vacation, a little weekend getaway. So it's hard to gauge if it's a good store or not, just, by being there a couple times one week, or a long weekend, a couple times a year or whatever it is. So I definitely understand that thrift stores are going to look different in different parts of the US, in different cities, in different, just the way they're run. But to anybody that has thrift stores and who wants to decorate and wants to find who loves the thrill of the hunt, or just wants to decorate their home, on a smaller budget. Or for me, it's not even that. Thrifting is it's so fun to just hunt for amazing items. I love to, add vintage items and antiques to our home, but not have it look like an antique store, if that makes sense. And so it's the whole, it's the whole game of it. It's I don't even know. It's just like the hunting and just see what you're going to find. Sometimes you go in with things that you're, specific things you're looking for. Most of the time it's not. You're waiting for something to find you. But so anyway, so what I'm saying is go as often as you can. So I think that a lot of people think that you have to spend hours and hours and hours in a thrift store. And there have been thrift stores, massive thrift stores that I have been in, we have visited, that, to be completely honest, I don't know if I've ever spent more than an hour inside of a thrift store. And I'm trying to think, there was one massive, and that's a massive thrift store. So as you go more often, you will definitely, know how to scour a thrift store without spending hours there. Definitely, if you had more time, you can go, through it a little more, with a fine-tooth comb. But 9 times out of 10, I can get through a thrift store pretty quickly. Just last week, I was in and out. I actually timed myself. I was in and out of a thrift store in 7 minutes. And so a lot of times for me, I don't get to go as often as I used to. And which is totally fine, but I definitely have a route. And so this question was, how often do you go to the same thrift store? And so in 1 week, I think, is that what they said? Or just how often do you go to the same thrift? They didn't say in 1 week. And so I have a route. And even if I'm not like doing a thrifting route, but like going to the post office or going to, like there's a Target, by some thrift stores. If I'm doing that, there's a bank. One of our bank things is kind of by a thrift store. I may have an extra 10 minutes to then pull into the thrift store parking lot, and literally it's a 10-minute shopping, just a walkthrough. When you are going to the same thrift store over and over again, number one, you're going to learn how they set it up. You're going to learn how the different workers do things. You're going to learn their sales. You're going to learn where they put things. But let me say, not everybody puts things in the same place, and they may have new staff and new people working there, so it may look different. But what I'm saying is you kind of have, a route that you like to take in your particular stores. And so for me, if I am near a thrift store and I do have an extra 10 minutes, if I don't have 10 minutes, I don't go. But if I have 10 minutes, like I've got, I have something else I need to get to, but I do have 10 minutes, I will stop and pull into a thrift store if it's near where I'm already at. So I can't tell you that I'm at the same thrift store, 4 times a week. There definitely no. I would say it's once a week. Right now, as I'm recording this in March of 2022, it's once a week. That's like the capacity I have. Sometimes I will go on the weekends then. So it's once during the work week. And then maybe if we're out and about or whatever, and Matt's with me and we're, near one, we will stop in really quick. So maybe 2 times max, and that's not all of them. There is definitely a route that I take when I'm setting out to go thrifting, and that includes 3. Let me think. That includes 3 thrift stores for sure that I'm going to hit on that thrifting route, and I can usually do that entire route, and I'm driving from like one side of the town to like the other side. There are 2 that are very close, and then there's one that's kind of in a different city. But I can get that done in an hour and a half probably if I'm really kind of looking for a while, taking my time in the stores. So that just takes a little more time. But if like I said, if I'm near one and I've got 10 minutes, I'm stopping in. I'm just stopping in. I am not looking through the clothes. I am not, I will go down the aisles. There may be an aisle I skip, or I may not look through the books. I do love to look through the books at thrift stores. But like I will skip that whole section because that always takes me more time. And I just kind of do my quick look through. But I will tell you, there is, and I need to do this again. I need to film this somehow, and record it, maybe on YouTube or something. I need to go like sometime in the morning, and then I need to go to that same store like later in the evening before they're going to close or something, and just show the difference and the different things that I can find just by going on the same day, just because they're bringing things out all day long. So when I say, if you've been to a thrift store on a Tuesday and Wednesday you are driving by there to go to the bank, if you've got 10 minutes, go through there because they put all new stuff out. So this question, I get this question more often than not because I think people see, like I said, I'm sharing my hauls, like I'll share a thrifting video and then I'll share my haul, usually live on Facebook or on Instagram. And so people are seeing the things I'm picking up. Granted, I am picking up a little bit more items now because I get to shop for you guys. I get to shop for people that are buying and shopping for things on my Instagram shop page. So that's fun. But, I am not, I'm not buying, I'm not bringing truckloads home. There may be 6 to 10 items that I find, throughout the week when I'm going to stores. Now, yard sale season's coming. Church sales, all those make me so happy. So I'm really hoping this year they're back to normal. That's when I can fill up a carload. That's when I can fill up, seats and boxes and bags of stuff. It's so much fun, but they just have not been the same over the past couple of years, obviously. But so I'm really hoping that they're a lot different, and that's a total different subject for a different day. But if I can encourage you to stop at your if you've got 10 minutes or more, stop. I would definitely tell you to get a route going. So if you can set apart, an afternoon or a day or a Saturday morning, maybe, to go to, it depends on your thrift stores and how many you have in your area. Even if you had to travel 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get to one, maybe you make that, once a month thing. But if you can go more often, obviously you're going to find more stuff. But keep in mind, and I've done different podcasts on this, don't buy stuff just to buy stuff. Buy stuff you're going to actually use. You're going to put up, right away. Don't just buy stuff to buy stuff. But definitely the more you go, the more you're going to find. And then as you learn the different thrift stores, their sales, some of our thrift stores will say, next Saturday, all the clothes are 50% off, or, next Saturday, all the furniture is half off, or, they run those kind of different promotions because they've got an excess of those items. So you'll kind of learn that, you'll learn the system, and which is good because then you can kind of plan your route, plan your time, and plan your thrifting days around that. Now, when I say that I go to, there are three thrift stores, say that fast, 10 times fast, that I like to hit. They're like my favorite. There are definitely, I'm trying to think right off the top of my head. My mom would be able to help me with this because she goes to some different ones than I do. There's probably, I don't know, at least 5 others, thrift stores, not like a consignment shop or, I would think maybe in our area, but they're kind of off. When I say off the beaten path, they're just not in that route and close to where I am. So I will, on an off day, or if I know I'm going to that side of town, I will kind of plan on, okay, I'm going to give myself an extra half an hour or an extra 20 minutes just to stop there because I'm never there. I never go to that thrift store. Let's go see what I can find. There is one that I definitely don't like at all, and it's been years since I've been in there. If I was over there literally, near that parking lot, I may walk through. But other than that, I'm never probably going to go there. And another thing, this may come to a surprise to some people. I do not like to shop the bins. Uh-oh. So, I see people posting about shopping in the Goodwill bins a lot. And we have been out of town. Where we live, we have never had bins, like a Goodwill bin store. But recently, one, and it's way out from where we live. It's not convenient at all. But anyway, so they opened up one, I would say within the last year, maybe. I don't even know. But we have been to them, out of town. I had seen so much about them, and then we were out of town once. I'm like, let's try this. I want to see what all the hype is. I didn't like it then, and since one's opened here, I don't like it here. I just don't like that. And I can, if that's something, I can go into that a little bit more in a different podcast, but so the bins are going to take you a little bit longer to go through everything. So if you like to shop the bins, I definitely would allocate more time, a few more minutes, to do that kind of thrifting. But definitely, the moral of the story and the moral of this podcast is the more you go, the more you're going to find. If you've got 10 minutes or more, go. Just stop, just walk through quick. If you're looking for certain things like home decor for your home, don't go through the clothes. Don't stop to look at, books. Don't stop to look at, unless you're picking up vintage books and they're on sale. But, just don't waste time doing that or looking through the games or the kids' toys or whatever it is. Just stick to the aisles and the areas that would actually have the things that you're looking for so that you're not wasting time just, going through stuff that you don't really need and you're not really looking for. So there's my answer. I don't know if that's a real answer, but it's just, that's how I've always done it. That's what's worked for me. And that's what I would tell anybody else that is looking to thrift more and kind of find things for their home. I do know people, there are people around me, and there's people wherever you are too, that are going to your thrift stores every single day, sometimes twice a day. It's their full-time job. So you will definitely have those people, and those people are going to find more. It's just that is what it is. They're there as every, new thing is coming out, and they have more time to be at the thrift stores every day or twice a day. But I can't do that. I can't fit that into my schedule. So I think the thought is when people see my hauls and stuff is that I'm there every day, all day long, and not at all. It's once during the week. I mean, and I've had some weeks where I couldn't go at all. Like I've just been stuck to my computer, or I've been filming, or I've been recording podcasts, or, there's just things we have going on behind the scenes that I have to get done and I haven't been able to go. But it's probably at least once a week. And then on the weekends, sprinkled in here and there, if we've got time around kids' basketball or volleyball schedules, or, their tournaments, or whatever else we have going on over the weekend. So definitely, probably not as much as you think, but it's always fun. Make time to do it. And you will find the good stuff. I promise you will. You just have to keep going, and you just don't give up. So, and keep an open mind, because just keep an open mind with the things that you're seeing, because you can always repurpose and give things a makeover to get the exact look you want for a lot less. So, okay, I hope that was helpful. I want to encourage you to get out to your thrift stores. I always love to see what you're finding and you're picking up. Tag me on Instagram at My Creative Days. Post a picture inside your thrift store, or post a picture of like your haul after you get it all into the house. Take a photo of it all there on the dining room table or on the floor, wherever you set it, and tag me. I would love to see what you found at your store. So, okay, guys, until next time, head to your thrift store. All you need is 10 minutes, and I can't wait to see what you're picking up and finding. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.